Hello mate, it is the 12th of January and I still have these few annoying spots on my chin. They are annoying the hell out of me. I mean, the DSLR just picks them up so well, but I mean, why is the spots the best part of my face according to the DSLR? Like, why can't I make my eyes look better? Oh my god. So yeah, I'm sorry about these spots. They look awful. But yeah, welcome to the Thursday vlog, and it's a movie review, and you tried to guess the movie I was reviewing. As you saw in the title, you will see it's an even more longly requested movie that I review. I will probably end up watching Deadpool at some point, but for now, I got it from CEX. I think it was this time last week, and I watched it on Saturday, I think it was. And yeah, I'll be reviewing that later on in the vlog. So yeah, finally, I think it must have been about 2 years, almost to the day that you actually suggested it, because I remember way back when I was starting the movie reviews and I thought it was all going to be suggestion based. I asked for a suggestion and you said iRobot. So this is about 2 years in the making, this review, so yeah, it better be worth it in both yours and my opinion. So yeah, I'm sorry about it's taken so long, but that's coming up later on in the vlog. For now, your question that you asked me was punishments. Do we think we'll run out of ideas for punishments? I personally think that there's enough new fads that come in every year that we will probably never run out of a new punishment. I mean, seriously, humiliation and pain are what we focus on, and there's quite a lot of stuff we haven't done yet. I'm not going to say what because I can't think of it off the top of my head, but let me just say we can get a lot better than a mohawk and orange and toothpaste. Though to be fair, both of those things were pretty punishing. Yeah, I think this year's punishments should be a lot more punishing. And one of the punishments I'm thinking of is spend 5.5 hours in the Asda at Lower Early. Now, why 5.5 and not exit and not buy anything? Now, the reason why I'm saying spend 5.5 hours in the Asda and Lower Early, it's a long time. It's my shift on a Saturday, and I don't know, it just seems pretty punishing spending that long in a shop with nothing to do. Also, I have actually got Bean Boozled now, so I can do a punishment involving them maybe. And there's a few other punishments that I could probably think of the top of my head, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what we want to do for the rest of the year, but I'm just saying, this year's punishments will be a lot more punishing than last year's and the year before's. Right, so I sent off my UCAS application the other day, and I've now got an interview at Norwich on the 7th of February. So that is 2 thumbs up there. So yeah, I'm waiting for the response from Bournemouth in the next few days, hopefully tomorrow. So yeah, that is pretty decent that I have got that interview. Hopefully I will get accepted by Bournemouth, but I mean, Norwich isn't too much worse. I could go to Norwich. And my question to you, Matt, is if you had a choice of going to Norwich, stay in Norwich for 3 years, or stay in Bournemouth. And relating to my travels in September, probably, my question to you, Matt, is if you were to go to university anywhere in the UK, actually, yeah, anywhere in the UK, just to restrict it, where would it be? It can be any place in the UK. Don't know if you're going to be lazy and say Reading, or you're going to be normal for someone in the south and say somewhere like Brighton or Southampton, or be extra travelly and go to somewhere like Newcastle. I mean, yeah, that's what I'd like to know, because I personally think Bournemouth and Norwich are good distances as well. Maybe Norwich is a little bit far from me, but Bournemouth is a very good distance away and very good travel connections to Reading if I ever want to go back. And it's also near the sea, so for me, I'm going to the best places. And Norwich as well, it's a historic city in it. Right, so the review of iRobot 2 years in the making. Let us start now by reviewing iRobot. Oh my god, I gotta stop doing that voice, makes me sound like such an idiot. The premise is, in the not too distant future, humanity has programmed robots to help us in our everyday life and has programmed in rules into their heads to make them helpful and not attack humans. So yeah, they've been around for quite a few years now and they're planning a new model. But little does everyone know, apart from Will Smith's character, that these new robots may not abide by these rules and could attack humanity. It's a relatively simple plot. It's pretty much what Terminator would be if it was in a stage where humanity still existed. So, I mean, I'm always a big fan of sci-fi in a not too distant future, and in a distant future, to be honest. I'm a big fan of sci-fi in all genres, so yeah, definitely science fiction. It's really, actually kind of realistic. I mean, at some points I kind of think that
Good evening.
Technology in my... The future is now. So the characters, you have got Will Smith, who is Will Smith. I mean, this was still when he didn't... I'd say this is on the start of when he started to play himself and everything. I mean, I know that's pretty much what he was like for the last 8 years before that, but I mean, nowadays he always plays the same kind of guy. This is his last one of his actual original-ish roles. Obviously, he still plays the cop. A cop who has always been suspicious of robotic activity because of actually a pretty decent backstory, which actually tugged a few of my heartstrings. I liked his backstory, which does make him both closer to robots and further away. And yeah, there's other characters, a female worker at the robot factory who is also on the case but not as sure as Will Smith, who... not that interesting, to be honest. Can't remember her name, can't remember the actress who played him. And then there is Sonny, who is a prototype version of the new robot that's coming out that is sort of developed beyond the initial 3 rules that was set in place by the creator. Now, the thing I found weird about Sonny is that he's played by Alan Tudyk, who also played K2SO in Rogue One, who is also a robot who broke out of his programming ahead of all the other droids in that universe. So, essentially, Alan Tudyk has played the same character twice, which I thought was one of the best things in Rogue One. And again, doesn't have as many funny lines, but definitely has a bit more depth to his character, or his robot, in this film. So he's a good character, and obviously came out 12 years before Rogue One, so yeah, pretty decent. And they're all solving this conspiracy about the robots and the attempted suicide of the maker of it, and it's kind of a little bit too cluttered at some points. I mean, the story could have been a bit more well focused and a bit less confused. I mean, at first I was pretty impressed with the CGI. I mean, at some points it does look quite fake, but I mean, it has to have a lot of CGI, and for the most part it looks really good. The design for the robot's also not that, it's a very original design for the robots, so that is a very good thing. But I mean, the story, when it takes over, feels a little bit cluttered in my opinion. It's not really enough to carry forward the plot, because there's too many things going on in my opinion. But in my opinion, the plot that really does work is the robots who break their coding and attempt to kill everyone who can oppose them. And there is a bit of a red herring who isn't that interesting, but the final reveal who the actual bad guy is I think pretty good. It's pretty thought-provoking, and the action in the movie as well. I mean, seriously, gunning down thousands of like robots of the same model, it sounds pretty boring, but It's one of my guilty pleasures. It's 90s action in 2004, man. So overall, Matt, I am glad. I'm glad you recommended me iRobot. It was good. It's nothing incredible, and I could probably see why a lot of people would like it. And I like it. I wouldn't say I love it. So it's definitely a good time. No alcohol shots required. Will Smith and the depth the story goes into in the robot language is really good, but a few of the characters in the story feels a bit cluttered. And yeah, it's a good time, no alcohol shots required. So that's it for the vlog, Matt. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Saturday.